What's up, everybody? It's Diamond, the person you go to for all of your health and fitness needs, hence the name Just Dial Diamond. And our content today will focus on fasting. So what is fasting? Fasting is when you go for about 3 to 10 days without eating solid foods. The purpose of a fast is to reset the body on a cellular level and to give our organs a rest, and also to reset the mind from a spiritual level, and just give us a chance to delve into our thoughts, do some reflection. It may cause some emotional uproar, but that's the purpose of it, right? To get all of the toxins out of our bodies. And toxins not only exist and waste from the things that we put in our bodies or the things that we inhale on a daily basis, but we can also have toxins in our mind as well. So fasting helps us to sit back and give the body a complete, it's like giving the body a deep exhale. That's what it is. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's definitely something that you need to, prepare for. I completed my fast, and it was definitely something that I had to ease myself into. I was putting it off for a while, and I was just like, let me just do this. I was always waiting for the perfect time to do it, but I always say, you can't really wait for the perfect time. My body actually told me, like, girl, get it together. Let's just do this fast. So they typically last between 3 and 10 days. So a 3-day fast, I usually say go with 3 days because it's the easiest, especially for beginners. With me, I did not set a specific time period. I already knew that my minimum was 3 days, and then I knew that my max would be 10 days. I went into it saying, you know what, you're gonna do this 3 days, but we're gonna take it day by day after the 3 days to see how far you can go. And I actually wound up getting to 6 days. So I was really proud of myself about that. It was definitely not easy. My body went through a whole bunch of crazy stuff, but I would definitely do it again. The benefits, you can do 3 days. So 3 days is just a regular, give your body a rest. It give your digestive system a chance to relax, and it does give you health benefits. Once your digestive system is relaxed, it's easier for your body to absorb nutrients. Your digestive tract, it moves better, and you still release some toxins. Now, when you go all the way through the 10 days, that is a total body healer jump start. So you definitely start to heal on a cellular level even more with the 10 days, as well as with the mind as well, because when you're not eating, a lot of the time, like, our mind is made up of, okay, what am I gonna eat today? What am I eating for breakfast? What am I eating for lunch? What am I eating for dinner? I noticed on my fast, my mind centered around food a lot. But when I took the time to just not eat, I actually got a lot accomplished. I couldn't eat, so I was just like, okay, let me go get up and knock these things off of my to-do list. And I also had time to reflect on the type of day that I had and what I took from that day. If you go back and watch my vlog posts, I did, vlogs posted prior to this video here, and you can actually see my vlogs for each day. So don't forget to go check those out. Now we want to get into, what do you consume on a fast? Is it, a lot of people say, so, oh my God, you don't eat at all? A lot of people do not eat at all, though, especially if you're on a spiritual fast. Some people don't eat at all. They call that dry fasting, where you don't consume anything at all. However, on my fast and on other fast, whatever type of fast you choose to do, you don't want to have solid foods, like breads, pastas, fries, like those heavy things like that. If you really need something to eat, you can consume watermelon. I did snack on watermelon throughout my fast, because sometimes if I felt like I needed something, it was very hydrating, and it wasn't heavy on my system. Another thing that you can consume are raw green juices. So since our body is ridding of toxins, at this time, if you are going to consume, you want to make sure that you are consuming something that the body can absorb and it'll be beneficial. So raw green juices or smoothies. I did do raw green juices while I fasted. It consisted of kale, spirulina, lemon, I didn't have anything, as far as like heavy fruits like pineapples and things like that. I stuck to raw green. Spirulina, you can get that in powder form, and you can also take it in tablet form. If I did not have spirulina in a raw green juice, I was taking spirulina tablets, and you can get those from your local health food store. Broth. You can consume a vegetable broth. I made my vegetable broth from scratch. It consumed of celery, shiitake mushrooms. I had onions in it. I did herbs such as it was thyme, basil, oregano, and I also had some dandelion leaves that I put in it. So all I did was I took those vegetables and I put them in a pot of boiling water, and I just basically boiled it until the vegetables, all the color was out of the vegetables, and the vegetables were very soft. That's when I had my broth, and then I just poured them into mason jars. And I would sip on broth throughout the day also. So you want to make sure that your broth is vegetable broth, something that the body can absorb and is healthy for you. You don't want to put anything that's going to be inflammatory or processed in your body while you are fasting. So what I did was, and you can actually save the broth for later. You just pour it in a freezer bag, just throw it in the freezer if you want to save it for later. It took about an hour and a half to make. It wasn't bad at all, and I will attach the broth recipe to this video as well. Herbal teas. Herbal tea you can drink while fasting also. You want to make sure that you get teas that are like things that support the liver, kidneys, just our whole system as a whole, especially our liver. Especially if you take medication. So our liver is what metabolizes the medications that we drink. When we drink alcohol, like that hits the liver. So you definitely want to make sure that you are detoxing your liver, not even while just fasting, but just like, on a regular basis, just because you want to keep your liver functioning. When your liver fails, a lot of your other organs will fail as well, because like I said, our liver is what helps flush out those toxins along with our kidneys as well. Those help flush out our toxins as well. So definitely get you a good herbal tea, definitely something that's organic. Stay with something that's caffeine free. I did not consume caffeine while I was fasting. They say, you can take coffee enemas while you're fasting just to help get extra waste out of your system. The coffee enemas definitely stimulate our digestive system and help us, eliminate waste. And those can be made at home also, but you have to get some organic ground coffee to make them. But you can use enemas while you are fasting. Now, when we get to our main source while we're fasting, the most important key component while we're fasting is water. What type of water do you drink while you're fasting? You want to make sure you are drinking as much water as possible while you're fasting, because water flushes toxins out of our system. So distilled water, that's the type of water you want to drink during a fast. Distilled water has no toxins. It doesn't have any what do you call sorry, lost for words. It doesn't have any toxins, any impurities in it. It's the purest water that you can drink, and it's actually the best water for our systems, especially when it comes to fasting and flushing and things like that. So distilled water, and it's very cheap. Like in the grocery store, it literally ranged between 89 and 99 cents in the gallon bottles. And just to stay prepared, you can get about, I started with like 6 bottles. I was drinking like maybe a gallon and a half to a gallon and a half of water per day, just to make sure that I, flush properly and that I stay hydrated and things like that. So distilled water, that's the best water to drink during a fast. Things to consume while fasting: watermelon, raw green juices, herbal teas, distilled water. Key components to consume while fasting. Now let's talk about the side effects of fasting. As I was telling you before, that my body definitely went through it those 6 days that I fasted, and I did have some pretty down side effects. So one of the side effects that I experienced was hunger. I was hungry, especially that first day. The hunger hit me. The first and second day, the hunger hit me the hardest. Second, fatigue. So when your body is releasing toxins, one of the responses that our body goes through is fatigue. We will feel tired, and it's okay. If you feel tired, it's okay. Use the time while you're fasting you can take naps throughout the day. You might need to sleep in. One day, it was back when I detoxed, I experienced a day where when I got up, I literally had to sit back down because my body was detoxing from toxins. So same thing with fasting. You will feel, you may experience some fatigue. It may be light, it may be heavy. It depends on how much buildup you have in your body. So do not feel guilty about taking naps throughout the day, or sleeping in, or just taking a whole day to rest. That's the purpose of fasting. The purpose of fasting is to give the body a break. Okay? We need a break. Everything needs a break. Next, you may experience some bad breath. I know, right? So, the bad breath, again, that's just a response of the body releasing toxins. It'll come through our pores. It'll come through our tongue. So our digestive tract is releasing the things that we've been consuming and inhaling. So you may experience some bad breath. Another thing you may experience is clamminess. So one of the days that I experienced, I believe it was my day 4, I was just like clammy, sweaty for no reason. And that was something that it was nothing I could do about it. I did notice that I had an odor. You may experience like a odor coming from your pores. So when the body is detoxing, that's another response. Our pores open up, the toxins will start to release. You may be sensitive to cold. Day 5, I was freezing literally for no reason. I didn't know why. So I did a little research, and I was shivering cold, or if I walked into a room with air conditioning, it was like times 5 for me. So when you aren't eating, you're not taking in a lot of calories, and where your calorie count is very low, you will experience a drop in your body temperature. You may experience breakouts while you're detoxing. So our skin is our first layer of defense. So anytime we have issues with any organs in our body, especially our digestive system, our skin will tell it first. Usually our skins and our eyes. So when our liver is dysfunctioning, our eyes will have a yellow color. It's called jaundice. So when we experience, something like, especially with detoxing, we may experience little breakouts because those are the toxins trying to come through the skin. They're trying to release out of our body. So with that, it's something that is just a side effect that comes with it. So you just want to make sure that you keep your face clean. I was exfoliating. I made sure that I exfoliated, and I kept my skin dry, and I kept it moisturized until it cleared up. And I also experienced constipation. So with that, well, first expect to not really, defecate a lot, because you aren't taking in food. So you won't really use the bathroom every single day, but that's another reason why you can utilize herbal teas such as Smooth Move, or you can do enemas to help release that buildup of feces in our system. Usually the water may flush it out, but some of us may need a little extra care. So with that, you may have to utilize either enemas, or you could do something subtle like the Smooth Move herbal tea, or something of that nature. And you can go to your local health food store, and they will have everything that you need there. Either a health food store or or a grocery store.
Your tracks today.
Now, what are some health benefits of fasting? This is the good part. This is, aside from the side effects and feeling hungry and just feeling like, oh my God, it is definitely health benefits to fasting, whether you do 3 days or you go to 10 days. Some people even go 40 days when they do it for religious purposes. But some definite health benefits of fasting are increased energy, weight loss, mental clarity, have a heightened mood. So we have better circulation, our digestive system improves, our cells. So our cells house like everything in our body, and our cells regenerate. So depending on how we are taking care of ourselves. So as we are making healthier choices, and if we start with the fast, we're actually regenerating newer cells in our body. So the healthier our cells are, the healthier we are from the inside out. A gym body. That's how you create a gym body. Healthy from the inside out. So we definitely want to increase our cellular health. With fasting, how do we start? Like, how do we prepare to not eat? Because let me tell you, eating is my life. So like, I love to eat. So it's like, how did I prepare to fast, and how do you prepare to fast? So with me, with my fasting, I have to just do it, because if I was like trying to talk myself into it and stuff like that, like I wasn't gonna do it. So I just was like, today is it. And that was it. Like, that's how I did it. But if you want to ease yourself into it, you can start by decreasing the amount of meals that you eat. So maybe take about, I say 2 to 3 days to kind of just decrease the size of your meals. And you can also, the next thing that you can do is start taking things out of your diet over the next couple of days. So just start drinking more water, eating more fruits, and eating more vegetables. So you can do that, and then you just wean yourself into it. Exercise. Can you exercise during the fast? Yes, you can. My first couple of days, I did not exercise. I was too tired. Don't feel bad if you can't exercise through your fast. Like, don't feel bad at all. It's definitely a time for rest. It's definitely a time for reflection. Your body you might be fatigued, and you might not be able to exercise. Resting is just as important as moving around and being physical. So your body just might need a break. So you can't exercise. You can keep it light to moderate. So maybe you might want to just, go for a walk, or, maybe do the treadmill, or, do yoga. Yoga is relaxing. It's a little slower pace. It's easier on the body, even though you are still building strength and exercising. If you're not going to exercise, I do recommend that you go sit in the sauna. So if you have a gym membership, or if you have access to a sauna, definitely go somewhere that's going to induce sweating. Sweating helps rid our body of toxins. And I definitely took time, like if I wasn't working out, I didn't work out a lot. I'm trying to think. No, I didn't work out. I worked out one day, and I was definitely fatigued. Like, it was my first day. I did like 30 minutes on the treadmill. I felt good after doing it, and then my other days I did do the sauna. And it helped, like I sweated. And I always use the sauna to take time to just like think and meditate and just like get my mind right. And I felt real good. It felt really good. And like I took a shower, and I always like when I take a shower, it's like I'm like washing the anxiety away and all that, all the other, feelings and things that I may have like bottled up inside. You definitely have to have mental strength to be prepared to fast. Like you have to get your mind right. So I don't recommend going in environments that are going to make you go back on your word to yourself. So once you make the decision, say you want to do it over a weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Once you make that decision and say, you know what, I'm fasting, I don't recommend that you go to the club with your friend. I don't recommend, you put yourself in environments that are going to make you backtrack on what you said or the promise that you made to yourself. So you know yourself, you know your limits, you know what influences you, and I do not recommend that you go, in environments that will take you off track. You should take the time, like for fasting, is definitely a time for yourself. It's definitely a time for some self-care. So it's something where I do think that my personal recommendation is to be isolated. And unless you're gonna do it with a partner, or you do have somebody that's definitely gonna support you while you're doing it mentally and emotionally, because it will be emotional. Like on one of my vlogs, I definitely touched on how I definitely had an emotional day where I just was like crying on and off all day. So definitely prepare yourself by just getting your mind right. Pay attention to the things that you're listening to, the things that you're watching, and just use it as a time to really take care of yourself, not only, with the nutrition aspect, just jump starting yourself, but mentally too. Just, do things that you enjoy. Maybe take a hot bath. Maybe go get a massage. Read that book that you've been, slapping on reading. Definitely use it as time for personal development. I definitely when you do it, when this is something that you do, don't do it and go into it dreading it as far as, oh my God, I'm not gonna be able to eat. Go into it as you're going into this to better yourself. You're going into this so that you can be a healthier you. You're going into this because it's like, I want to do something I never done before. And you can do it. You can do it. I didn't know I could do it, and I did it. So definitely use it as an opportunity to reflect and go into it with an open mind and go into it with a positive outlook. So in conclusion, you guys, fasting is definitely something beneficial. At some point in your life, you definitely want to fast. Even if you want to fast one day out of the week, even one day out of the week consistently will definitely be beneficial to your health. It's recommended that you at least fast 3 days out of each month. Easier said than done, but it's definitely recommended. If you've never done a fast ever, I definitely recommend you try it, because it's a ton of health benefits in it. You can actually also intermittent fast, and that's just fasting like halfway through the day and then eat. That's another way to jumpstart it. Should have said that before, but saying it now. And yes, definitely a ton of health benefits. You will experience some side effects, but it's okay, because that's just our body's response into releasing the bad things that are inside of us. Exercise is totally up to you. Mild to, easy to moderate is definitely up to you, but induce some sweat if you don't exercise. And just keep in mind how to prepare for a fast. Ease your way in, or just jump in. You can do that too. But definitely place yourself in environments where you are personally developing yourself and you are not in environments that will steer you away from what you're trying to do. So that is all for fasting today. I definitely want to leave you guys on a positive note. You can do anything you put your mind to. Anything. Yes, easier said than done. Like, everything is a journey. Everything is a journey. You're gonna have ups, you're gonna have downs, frustrations. I experienced all of this myself. Frustrations, it's gonna be hiccups where you may have to stop and start over, but you can do it. You can do it. God won't put anything on you that you can't bear. You just have to really push and bring that person out of you that's not that person, but that side out of you that's like, I'm gonna just take on whatever and just knock it out and get it done. But yes, you can do anything you put your mind to. And that's all I got for today. And stay tuned for my next video. I'm Diamond, the person you come to for all of your health and fitness needs. Hence the name, Just Dial Diamond.